Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many pots, his acts being 7 ages. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? Some rise by sin, and some by virtue fall. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. The course of true love never did run smooth. If music be the food of love, play on. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. This life, which had been the tomb of his virtue and of his honor, is but a walking shadow, a poor player, that strits and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Ignorance is the curse of God. Knowledge is the wing wherewith we fly to heaven. Kindness in women, not their beauteous looks, shall win my love. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. How far that little candle throws its beams, so shines a good deed in a naughty world. The rob that smiles steals something from the thief. Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. Reputation is an idle and most false imposition, oft got without merit, and lost without deserving. To thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. What's done can't be undone. Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. Listen to many, speak to a few. Sweet mercy is nobility's true badge. If you can look into the seeds of time, and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then unto me. Such as we are made of, such we be. I like not fair terms in a villain's mind. Let every eye negotiate for itself and trust no agent. A fool thinks himself to be wise, but a wise man knows himself to be a fool. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. No legacy is so rich as honesty. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. Hell is empty and all the devils are here. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Love is a smoke made with the fume of sighs. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow. It is a wise father that knows his own child. The undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns. Though she be but little, she is fierce. Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. With mirth and laughter let old wrinkles come. Heat not a furnace for your foe so hot that it do singe yourself. But oh, how bitter a thing it is to look into happiness through another man's eyes. Come, gentlemen, I hope we shall drink down all unkindness. Oh, let me not be mad, not mad, sweet heaven, keep me in temper, I would not be mad. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known? Virtue is bold, and goodness never fearful. They do not love that do not show their love. Brevity is the soul of wit. Let me embrace it, sour adversity, for wise men say it is the wisest course. Boldness be my friend. Most dangerous is that temptation that doth goad us on to sin in loving virtue. Life is as tedious as twice-told tale, vexing the dull ear of a drowsy man. I wasted time, and now doth time waste me. The man that hath no music in himself, nor is not moved with concord of sweet sounds, is fit for treasons, stratagems, and spoils. I see that the fashion wears out more apparel than the man. There's many a man has more hair than wit. The wheel is come full circle. There is no darkness but ignorance. I had rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad, and to travel for it too. The very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream. O thou invisible spirit of wine, if thou hast no name to be known by, let us call the devil. Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. To be or not to be, that is the question. Oh, for a muse of fire, that would ascend the brightest heaven of invention. In this, our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. When we are born we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. Love sought is good, but given and sought is better. The stroke of death is as a lover's pinch, which hurts and is desired. Oh, what a goodly outside falsehood hath! It is the stars above us, govern our conditions. A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Lawless are they that make their wills their law. In a false quarrel there is no true valor. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. As flies to wanton boys, are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport. The devil can cite Scripture for his purpose. Poor in content is rich, and rich enough. Time and the hour run through the roughest day. Is best to weigh the enemy more mighty than he seems. Suit the action to the word to the action. I was adored once too. Things won are done, joy's soul lies in the doing. As soon go kindle fire with snow, as seek to quench the fire of love with words. I must be cruel, only to be kind. My crown is called content, a crown that seldom kings enjoy. Our peace shall stand as firm as rocky mountains. Life every man holds dear, but the dear man holds honor far more precious dear than life. To do a great right, do a little wrong. Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. Talking isn't doing, it is a kind of good deed to say well, and yet words are not deeds. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. Love is not love that alters when it alteration finds. 'Tis better to bear the ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. When words are scarce, they are seldom spent in vain. I am not bound to please thee with my answer. Oh, what may man within him hide, though angel on the outward side? Fishes live in the sea, as men do a land. The great ones eat up the little ones. We cannot conceive of matter being formed of nothing, since things require a seed to start from. Therefore there is not anything which returns to nothing, but all things return dissolved into their elements. O God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. We are time's subjects, and time bids be gone. The love of heaven makes one heavenly. Now is the winter of our discontent. Now, God be praised, that to believing souls gives light in darkness, comfort in despair. Speak low, if you speak love. Things done well and with a care, exempt themselves from fear. How sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child. Give thy thoughts no tongue. Give me my robe, put on my crown, I have immortal longings in me. Fortune brings in some boats that are not steered. This above all, to thine own self be true. I hold the world but as the world, Gratiano, a stage where every man must play a part, and mine is a sad one. Nothing can come of nothing. Pleasure and action make the hours seem short. Farewell, fair cruelty. How poor are they that have not patience! What wound did ever heal but by degrees? Modest doubt is called the beacon of the wise, and oftentimes excusing of a fault doth make the fault the worse by the excuse. Use every man after his desert, and who should scape whipping? What is past is prologue. My pride fell with my fortune. Faith, there hath been many great men that have flattered the people who never loved them. Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage. But if it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul alive. Exceeds man's might, that dwells with the gods above. I give unto my wife my second best bed with the furniture. Maids want nothing but husbands, and when they have them, they want everything. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it. Is it not strange that desire should so many years outlive performance? There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting. Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast. It will have blood, they say, blood will have blood. Words without thoughts never to heaven go. I say there is no darkness but ignorance. If to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, chapels had been churches, and poor men's cottage princes' palaces. Desire of having is the scene of covetousness. Having nothing, nothing can he lose. Men shut their doors against a setting sun. Teach not thy lip such scorn, for it was made for kissing, lady, not for such contempt. If it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul. In time we hate that which we often fear. There are many events in the womb of time, which will be delivered. Pieces of the nature of a conquest, for then both parties nobly are subdued, and neither party loser. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which, like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head. What a piece of work is a man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving how express and admirable, in action how like an angel, in apprehension how like a god. Men's vows are women's traitors. No, I will be the pattern of all patience. I will say nothing. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. Words, words, mere words, no matter from the heart. There have been many great men that have flattered the people who never loved them. The valiant never taste of death but once. How oft the sight of means to do ill deeds makes ill deeds done. Death is a fearful thing. Children wish fathers looked but with their eyes, fathers that children with their judgment looked, and either may be wrong. Well, if fortune be a woman, she's a good wench for this gear. I were better to be eaten to death with a rust than to be scoured to nothing with perpetual motion. 'Tis one thing to be tempted, another thing to fall. He does it with better grace, but I do it more natural. I bear a charmed life. So foul and fair a day I have not seen. By that scene fell the angels. Like as the waves make towards the pebbled shore, so do our minutes hasten to their end. But men are men, the best sometimes forget. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. An overflow of good converts too bad. And why not death rather than living torment? To die is to be banished from myself, and Sylvia as myself, banished from her as self from self, a deadly banishment. God hath given you one face, and you make yourselves another. Go to you bosom, knock there, and ask your heart what it doth know. Women may fall when there's no strength in men. Mind your speech a little lest you should mar your fortune. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. As he was valiant, I honor him, but as he was ambitious, I slew him. For I can raise no money by vile means. They say miracles are past. Nature hath framed strange fellows in her time. Neither a borrower or a lender be. There's place and means for every man alive. What man, defy the devil, consider, he's an enemy to mankind. He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. He that loves to be flattered is worthy of the flatterer. How well he's read, to reason against reading. There was never yet fair woman, but she made mouths in a glass. I never see thy face, but I think upon hellfire. Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who hath any honesty in him. He is winding the watch of his wit, by and by it will strike. Praise us as we are tasted, allow us as we prove. Virtue itself scapes not calumnious strokes. Where every something, being blent together, turns to a wild of nothing. Let no such man be trusted. For my part, it was Greek to me. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company. Alas, I am a woman friendless, hopeless. Love is too young to know what conscience is. I dote on his very absence. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. If we are marked to die, we are enough to do our country loss, and if to live, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. I may neither choose who I would, nor refuse who I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. Thou know'st the first time that we smell the air we wail and cry. When we are born we cry, that we are come to this great state of fools. Lord, Lord, how subject we old men are to this vice of lying. I will praise any man that will praise me. I shall the effect of this good lesson keeps as watchman to my heart.